gold in my hands like it's no thing. Jacket same color as the smoke stains. Pray to God that I never grow old, but I also pray to God that I grow wings. Damn, can't lie, today was a good day. Fell fly, new cool kicks and a kick-ass ride. And I kick it with my dogs, we just trying to get by. Just a couple of punks, all trying to get by. Just a couple of teens, all trying to survive. Live to the max, cause you don't live it twice. Couple green thumbs, all high as a kite.
Welcome back to another episode of Life to the Max. I know what all you guys are thinking right now. They're like, oh, he's got a sty in his eye. That's why he's wearing sunglasses. No, wearing these designer sunglasses because I want to look cool, not because there's a sty in my eye. But today we got my buddy Dre. He goes by Double Ontendre.
What up?
He's got a few projects out. He's a fucking amazing artist, in my opinion, and a lot of other people's opinions too. And I'm just excited to finally get you on the pod, man. How you been?
Man, I've been great, dude.
Yeah.
Yep, man. Overall, I think, man, fantastic. On the up and up, you know what I mean? Sometimes you got your days sometimes, but overall, no, I'm feeling great.
So I was listening to Liquid Love the other day. That's your best album, in my opinion. Yeah, 100%. And I was listening to Get Back Up Again.
Classic.
Yeah, I was listening to that because I was like, I feel like in a different world, like this song was made for me in a way. Do you know what I mean?
Facts, definitely. In this world and the other, man, wherever, that shit was definitely made for you, bro.
Yeah, and like when you say amen, I'm just happy I can pay rent. Like those are the little things in life, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're
definitely
not talking about like big booty bitches on you or anything. You're talking about like the littlest necessities in life that like make a person like makes a person better, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit that everyone is definitely going through.
Yeah.
Or it has to.
So, do a lot of people like say you look like Bob Marley?
Man, all the time, bro.
All the time.
Yeah. Some kids asked me the other day, there was a big like mural of Bob Marley on the wall. And they're like, is that you or is that your uncle? I don't know what the fuck is that. Is that your family or brother or something? So, yeah.
What's it like to like have like dreads and stuff, like the maintenance?
Oh man, it's pretty simple actually. Like these are freeform locks, so I kind of just let them do their own thing, and it's pretty easy actually. It's dope. Yeah, I get like pieces falling off sometimes, but like other than that, it's pretty chill.
I mean, it looks sick as fuck, man.
Yeah, appreciate it, bro.
Yeah. So we've been friends for a while now. You were on one of my first episodes.
Episode 3.
Episode 3. What's Wrong with the World? Check it out.
Yeah.
It's only on audio, so check it out on your listings with audios like Spotify and Apple Music.
Yeah,
but What's Wrong with the World? You were on episode 3, and now we're at like 73, which is crazy.
That's ridiculous, actually.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I was on 33 also, or 34 maybe.
Yeah, you were, but the cameras weren't up yet.
Oh yeah.
So
the audio's fire though.
Yeah. So, but I like it. Like people can see you now.
Yeah, this is fresh.
So,
I see the max going up.
Yeah, man. So let's like do a fresh interview. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of excited to like get to know you on a more like personal level and like your life, because I never really asked questions about that.
Uh-huh.
So first off, where did you grow up? Like where did you?
Man, I moved around like a lot as a kid. Like when I was really young, like when I was a baby, I lived in Puerto Rico for a year. I was born in Hinsdale Hospital, but I lived in like Bolingbrook, like Romeoville, Aurora growing up. But then I even lived in Minnesota at one point in St. Paul. But when I was 7, I moved from Minnesota to Elburn. So I grew up in Elburn. It's from like
Wait, so you moved from St. Paul,
St. Paul, Minnesota, yep.
to Elburn. Elburn is so small. Why there?
Man, dude, because my aunt and uncle live there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did it feel good to finally like put like a flagpole like down, like say like this is where I'm living?
Man, it was a lot going on in my life as a child, so it was nice for sure to be established somewhere. But even at that point, I didn't know if that was gonna be permanent because my parents were like involved in like a lot of street shit, like drugs and stuff growing up. So I ended up moving with my aunt and uncle when I was 7 years old because my parents had like a lot going on. So, so I didn't know what was going on actually at one point. So I didn't know if I was gonna stay there for forever or what. But yes, that was when I was 7, and then when I was 10, I want to say. So I moved to Elburn before my 3rd grade year started.
Okay.
My first day of school, actually, it was on my birthday in 3rd grade, August 26th. And then when I was in 6th grade, my mom and dad kind of got their shit together a little bit. So it was cool. So we moved to St. Charles, actually. So we moved to St. Charles. Which big shout out to my aunt and uncle because they took good care of me.
Yeah.
But we moved to St. Charles when I was in 6th grade, and I went to Thompson Middle School. But low key, that didn't even last the whole year. And then my parents fell back into the street shit and the drugs and stuff. So, like, I'm just gonna put out there, like, my dad, he was in and out of jail like my whole life type shit. And then my mom was like addicted to drugs for a long time. So I ended up going back with my aunt and uncle before 6th grade was even over. Went back to my aunt and uncle, and then so I was at the end of 6th grade, and then I finished off middle school, and then I went through high school out there too in Elburn. Shout out to Kaneland High School. That's where I went to high school. And but by the time I was a sophomore in high school, my mom like finally really got her shit together, and she gave up the drugs and shit. And honestly, today is actually her 16th year sober. Like today is her anniversary.
Wow.
That's badass.
So shout out to my mom, dude.
Shout out to your mom.
Yeah, for real. Man, she definitely overcame a lot of shit. And my niece was born. It's almost my niece's birthday on December 15th, and that was like a big thing to help her get her shit together. So shout out to my niece Bella, my sister.
Was it hard like growing up like that in your upbringing? You know, like
Yeah, for sure. It was a lot of like nights freaking hell yeah crying myself to sleep, like just not knowing like where the fuck my parents were, I guess. But it was hard to understand as a kid, but I think ultimately...
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Like, were you confused a little bit, like, on what was going on?
Yeah, for sure, a little bit. But, I started to catch on, and it became more obvious, and, like, it was like, you can't hide, type of shit you can't hide from your kids.
How do you think that affected your upbringing?
I feel like everything happens for a reason. So I don't want to say it's nothing but positive at the end of the day. It affected me positively. It probably was definitely traumatic and stuff a little bit. And it made me like just miss my parents and like just want to grow closer to them. So like at the end of the day, it was cool. And I mean, I feel like my relationship with my parents now is real dope and real tight. Like me and my mom are really close.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations to your mom on sobriety. That's hard to do.
Yeah, right, man. Appreciate
Shout
it.
out to your mom.
Shout out.
Thank you. Shout out to mom. Was good. Mighty soul was popping. Yeah.
And shout out to your uncle and aunt, man. Like,
Yeah,
that's really cool that they took you in. Like, I don't know a lot of people that do that. I'm not around that. I kind of had like a similar childhood. Like when I was like 7 years old, and then like it like changed when I got into like 5th grade. So I get what I kind of understand what you're saying, but yours was more extreme for sure. So when you were a kid, what was like your favorite thing to do?
Man, playing outside for sure. Playing outside. Man, I used to like my uncle had a dope trampoline, kicking it outside. They had like a nice, beautiful yard and stuff. So playing outside, we used to like make bow and arrows out of like sticks and shit and string. That's just fun.
Wait, what?
Yeah, we used to like run around and like make bow and arrows out of sticks and like strings and like just find fun stuff to do around the house, outside, run around. Yeah, it was cool. But also out in Elburn, bro, there's like nothing to do, so you get into a lot of shit.
Absolute
Trouble.
boonies out in Alabama.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. My sister lived in Elburn, so I know what you're talking about.
Oh,
I
yeah.
actually moved in with her for a little bit, right on Main Street or whatever.
Where at?
Like right on Main Street.
Right, like downtown?
Yeah.
By the Reams.
No,
Yeah, by Reams.
yeah, like in the apartments up there.
Yeah.
Cause like, dude, when I was in a sophomore year, and my mom got our shit together, we got an apartment above the Elburn Dental, right next to the train tracks. So it was like on the opposite side of the tracks, but
Have you ever been to Reams?
oh yeah, I grew up going to that place, bro.
That place is so good, bro. It's
Yeah.
so good. And they know they're good because they
Yeah.
close at 4 p.m.
Best meat market around, straight up. Their beef jerky is amazing.
Yeah.
Coming up, I used to eat that, and their beer sticks.
So when you were growing up, Dre, who were your role models?
I guess, man, when I was growing up, my uncle got me super into sports and shit, so he put me in basketball and football and stuff. So I liked Dwayne Wade was dope. I feel like I didn't have like crazy amount of role models. I feel like until I was like maybe got more so in like high school and like get inspired by like some of my favorite artists. Even before I decided like to start rapping and shit, like getting inspired by like J. Cole.
What made you start
Drake.
rapping? What gave you the inspiration to start just like making your own music instead of just appreciating others' music?
Man, just like freestyling with my friends. It was getting high, and, like just and start rapping. Actually, I specifically one scenario, like I think it was 420, and me and my homie Keith and my brother, we walked to like the highest point of Elburn. It's like a hill downtown. Across from this community center is a church,
Yeah.
and then at the top of the hill up there is the highest point of Elburn. We walked up there, and then we're smoking, just getting high as hell, and then my boy Keith just starts rapping, like just starts roasting me, like rap battling me. I'm like, what the fuck? And I was just, it was so funny I couldn't even rap back, but I was dying laughing, and then we'd always just like freestyle in the car after that.
So you say you freestyle.
Yeah, what's this
Freestyle
freestyle?
about life to the max right now.
I bet. Hey.
Ready?
It's like to the max, Dolce & Gabbana on my face, only facts. I don't rock the product, I don't waste no time. I gotta keep it moving and I stay super inclined to spit a couple rhymes and I stay on the climb. I'm moving and I'm grooving. Shout out to my dudes, we vibing with some humans, different hues of light, raise the energy and I do's it right. Oh, stay no enemies cause it's peaceful life. I just gotta be what I gotta be. Shout out to my peeps, EVB, chilling right behind the camera decently. I'm trying to flow panoramas, painting it. What? Nah, shit. Man,
He said my name, Max. He said my name.
Shit. That could have been better, but yo, that was not great. But
I should have been beatboxing. My bad.
yeah, shit.
How long have you been doing that?
Man, since I was like 16, probably. Actually, I wrote my first rap when I was in 5th grade. Actually,
What was it about?
it was about oil spills. It was like a school project about oil spills. Yeah, it was like we had to do something for the class, and yeah, writing a song was an option. So
That is, wasn't no the BP oil spill was 2011. It was 2011 Evie
Oh, sorry.
or 2010. Damn, it's 420. It was 420.
what?
Dude, the BP oil spill was 420.
Oh, really?
Yeah, geez,
circle.
another fucking bad day for 420.
Damn.
Hitler's birthday and then the BP oil spill.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, BP. All right, let's get back to you, bro. So when did you finally like get the confidence to like start writing your own music?
Man, back when I lived in Elburn, it was probably like in high school for sure. Well, I decided when I was 16 that I wanted to take this shit seriously. So that's when I started writing and stuff and like crafting my pen and stuff. And I remember, I think the first rhyme I ever got through, it was over a Dom Kennedy beat. I wish I could remember the rhyme. I had it written down somewhere before on my old phones, but that beat, like finally fucking created like a whole rhyme. So I was like, I showed my friends, and then I just kept writing from there. But like, it took like for like the first 5 years from since I decided when I was 16 to start rapping, I was like mostly just like sharpening my pen, I guess, by myself and like just freestyling like a motherfucker, freestyling like crazy. But I didn't actually put out any music until I was 21.
Wow.
I think I was 21.
So you were 16 and it took until you were 21 to put out music.
Well, my first piece of music I put out in 2017. So how the fuck old is that? That was 7 years ago, I think.
Yeah, 7 years ago.
7, almost 8.
Yeah.
So, yep, that's when I put my first.
So you've been doing this since high school, basically. Right?
Yeah.
And of course your project about oil spills.
Yep.
Yeah.
Forget
So
about that
Fifth
one.
grade, cannot forget about that. That shaped me for sure.
So can you explain the progression of how making music is like easier now than it was before?
I feel like at this point, I just don't force anything, and I just try to just let it flow through me like a vessel for sure. And I feel like you can rap about anything, or like you could, as long as if you pick a topic, you can go in about anything. But I guess lots of times you're just trying to rap about and like write about how you're feeling. And but if you get inspiration from something and you're off to the races, like it's just like let that shit flow. And
What about the technology? Is it easier before than like is it easier now than before?
I was never like afraid to grab the pen and pad and just like write on paper. I had so many rhymes written on paper. So,
Okay.
but just being able to whip out your phone, I guess in public, if you get like an idea, instead of if you don't have any paper on you, that makes it much easier.
Okay.
Are you making your own beats, or are you collabing with other people to make the project?
I'm collabing with other people,
Nice.
but I want to start actually this winter, start locking in, like make some beats.
Well, now that we're talking about making beats, I mean, like, I just had Murfee on the podcast, and he's a real good kid, young, very young,
Definitely.
and he's producing like some pretty high skill like type music.
Definitely,
So
even more so since last time you seen him, probably because him moving out to Wisconsin, he's just like sharpening this shit, and he sent me some dope ass stuff that he's been working on. He's just getting better and better.
what made you like put him under your wing?
Man, dude, when I first met him, it was at the West Chicago Social Club, and I'm like, yeah, I was there to see my other homies, but then I see young Murfee go on stage, and he had like a nice little crowd of like his friends in the building. I was like, okay, then let me see what this kid's got, and he had some fresh ass shit, and I was just like, it was like beautiful to see young cat just doing his thing. I was like, damn, this is dope. He's got his people right there with him, and it was raw, and like just the fact that he was self-producing all of his shit, and he wrote his own shit, and like he had like a certain like little swag to him. So I was he had this one song. It was like some Latin shit, and he knows what I'm talking about. Like,
Yeah.
it's fire. I was like, all right, I fuck with this kid. I fuck with it. And he got the cosign from my homies Jose and Efren, who are right there. Artcision. They go by November Media now. But they were like telling me about him, and I think they were already talking to him. So I was like checking him out and shit.
He's a super smart kid, because not a lot of people know he has like a TBI and stuff, you know. So like they wouldn't think that this guy is like cooking up like straight like gas like beats,
Right.
you know, like he's producing hard. Like so he looks up to you very very highly, bro.
Yeah, bro.
He does. Like when we were talking about you, he was like, man, if I go somewhere, Dre's coming with me.
Facts, bro.
So
That's my dog, bro.
Shout out to Murfee.
Big shout out to Murfee. What up, kid? What's good?
Yeah.
I think I asked Murfee the same question. Do you think that the scene in Chicago is like supportive of other artists trying to make it up?
Man, in a sense, but I guess not always. Nah, some people, yeah. There's pockets of people that are support, like groups of homies. I guess I don't want to call them cliques or whatever, but like people support their gang and their people, like their group of friends, and they want to see them make it. I say for the most part, man, it does seem like really competitive though, and like and not everyone. It can be like crabs in a bucket type of shit.
I want to talk about you opening for Waka Flocka.
Yeah,
That must have been insane.
that was dope. Shout out Waka, man. He's a dope as individual.
We'll talk about that.
Oh, sorry. I jumped the gun.
Yeah,
Sorry.
she jumped
I got
the gun,
excited.
Yeah,
We'll
that's
talk
so
about that.
special.
That's pretty sick though. That is. So when you're writing, is it like therapeutic to you?
Yeah, bro. Yep. There's been times, especially where I'm just like, I don't even know what the fuck is going on with me right now. I don't even know what I'm feeling. It's just like, I just gotta do something. I just gotta write, and like some of my most beautiful shit is coming from that.
Have you ever like broke down and started crying while you were writing?
Not necessarily. I don't think so. I mean, maybe evoked like certain emotions. Like I feel like a big feeling I get when I'm in the zone and shit, and I'm just like, it's just like, damn, I love this shit so much. It's like, holy shit, this shit makes me so happy. It's like overwhelming, like joy.
Yeah.
So, to the point where I'm like, damn, this shit, I could damn near cry right now, for sure.
Right.
But also, if I was like penning something super emotional, like maybe about my love life or something, for instance, I don't think it's ever brought me like to tears. But
Does it come from joy or heartbreak? Like, have you ever been heartbroken?
yeah, for sure, both. I feel like that's the beauty of it. Is like you can just express any emotions with your pen, and like you don't even gotta be writing it. You can just talk that shit out to the mic, whatever, freestyle, whatever.
So I know that you back then, like, I don't know if you do now, but I know you made a lot of music over about your ex.
Yeah.
And dude, your music's fire. Like,
Thank you, bro.
Really is. So shout out to her for being like inspiration to you.
Oh, big facts, bro.
Motivation. You
Definitely.
Yeah.
Cassandra, bro, she was a huge inspiration for me. I feel like a lot of my greatest shit has been inspired by a woman.
I was just wondering, like did the heartbreak like make your music and your craft better?
Yeah, I'd say so. I feel like there was a big point in my career where I'm like, man, I feel like I was just doing my thing, this and that. And then there was a point where I'm like, I felt a pull in myself because there was a lot going on with the heartbreak shit. And I'm like, it was a part of me that didn't want to tell the truth. And like, I felt like I was lying in my own relationship. So I even put that in the songs where I'm like, some of my older shit, like on my album, like Double Vision, like one of my songs, Out of Love, for instance, it's just like I felt like so torn inside, or like materialized. I felt like so like I felt like I was lying in my relationship, so I'm like lying to myself, and I can't even like express myself fully, and even when I'm writing this shit, because this shit that I'm hiding from whoever. If you're lying to anybody, you're really just lying to yourself, and especially when it comes to your significant other. Because how can you be full of like faith and love if you're like hiding a part of yourself, or like say you've done something that you regretted? Like, I'm not gonna lie, like I cheated on Cassandra a bunch of times, and not like I ever intended to be a cheater, but it was always to the point where I had to tell her because I couldn't hold a lie, and it got to the point where I would either be writing about it, whether it's some one way or another, like the truth has got to come out. So it was like,
I hear you. Yeah. Well, I mean, like, she's probably doing good. You're doing good. You know? And you're making really good music, man. And, which comes back to this question. So you have like 7 projects out now, right?
I got an 8th one in the cut. I really want to drop it at the end of this month. It's a lot going on, but I gotta just make the decision and pull the plug.
What's it called?
It's called Donations. Donations with an 8 in it. Donations with an 8.
Oh, with an 8?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to represent my 8th project and us being in the year of the 8.
Oh.
That's why I feel like I gotta drop it before the year's over.
Do you have how many songs?
I'm going for 15. At least 14. I was going like, could have been like 17, 18. I'm like trying to narrow it down and make sure it's all cohesive and stuff. So I got like fucking hella songs in the cut, bro. I got at least 30, 40 songs in the cut. I just gotta start dropping shit.
What keeps you motivated?
Man, just being the greatest that I could be, for sure. Being the greatest that I could possibly be. Seeing myself where I want to be. And like having that fire to perform at a level that I really want to be at. Like, you got to see yourself there. And you putting yourself there is going to give you the energy to actually act upon that. And like, it's all about your self-image, I feel like. Trying to maintain a high self-image, and like, if I really see myself where I want to be, and like, if I see myself as like the greatest that I could be, then I got to have certain expectations for myself, and like be able to maintain that fire, and just like fucking. And at the end of the day, it's just like, I just love doing it. So it's like, fuck.
When I look at you and you're like just staring and you're like talking, I feel like you're like looking into the future. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, bro.
Right now, like that's what I was thinking in my head. I was like, he's like looking into the future. He's like looking 5 years ahead right now. Like he's like I want to be the greatest. I want to be good at my craft. I want to get better. Like that's what motivates me.
Exactly, bro. It's like a pull. It's pulling me.
Yeah. It was that was a surreal moment.
Dang.
So when you're writing and you find you're like, dude, this is hot. Like when you're writing your music, what does it feel like to perform it on stage to like 500 people?
Man, it's fucking exciting as hell, bro. I want to say it like they say excitement and being nervousness is like the same feeling that people say that. So it's like if you're going, I learned that a long time ago. Cause like you could be so nervous to get on stage. I'm like, oh shit, sweating bullets. Like, and then you could fucking make yourself sick or something. Like you could psych yourself out big time. But when you get the idea that being excited and nervous is the same feeling, it's just how you interpret it. Then it helps you like shift your attitude and your mentality to be like, no, I'm ready. I'm locked in. I'm about to give it to these people. Like, they need to hear this. I'm about to resonate with these people hard. Hit them in the heart. Like,
and do you see it? Do you see the people like rocking with you when you're playing your stuff?
Like, if I can, I want to connect with every person in the crowd, like directly with their hearts to their heart to heart with everybody. And like, kind of like we're all one heart. Like, it's just like, because no matter where you go on the stage, you could be facing away from the crowd and not looking at anyone. But if you're spitting it right, if you're coming from your heart and have that intention to hit everybody else in their hearts, you could be looking at the crowd or not. You could be like laying down. It doesn't even matter at that point. But when you're moving around and like you're in it and like the energy is right, it's just like you're flowing. You're feeling so good. It's just like you want to uplift people and you want to. I'm sending like praise to people. I'm like, I'm trying to inspire you as much as you inspire me right now to go crazy.
So you can't just be like stiff on the stage. You have to like do some good crowd control. You have to feel the crowd.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Actually, for sure, you gotta use your intuition, feel it out. You gotta be relaxed. I feel like you want to stay relaxed as possible, be chill, and like, because when you're relaxed, you can like do whatever the fuck you want. You can run around, jump up and down. You can freaking be chill.
So throughout the years, like with your projects, did you see like your fan base grow more?
Yeah, man. I had some random ladies at Jewel today. She's like, dang, I saw you perform recently. I've been bumping this song. It's dope as fuck. But
how does that feel? How does that feel, man? Like knowing like someone comes up to you and is like, I really like your music, and like you don't even know who they are.
It's cool. It makes you feel like your shit's paying off. Like you're not just doing it for nothing. Which at the end of the day, you're doing the shit to serve humanity and like give. As much as like it's like selfish, like I just want to write for myself and like, but if I like didn't give it to humanity, or like if I wasn't writing to uplift the next person, if I'm just like trying to like hype myself up or something, it's like it's not as fulfilling. But if I'm trying to like hype you up, that's gonna hype me up at the end of the day anyway. So it's like, and I want to make you feel something. I want to resonate with something. I want to connect. At the end of the day, connection with people. And I feel like my fan base, like I've connected with a lot more people, which is more and more over the years. There was like my old Instagram got hacked, at like 2,300 followers or something. But I mean, I'm building my shit back up slowly right now. But I mean, I could be moving at light speed if I really wanted it. If I was like posting every day, which I should be. Like, I feel like I should be getting my shit out on the daily to as many people as possible for sure. But I guess sometimes even, man.
I mean, you mentioned it's hard to like do social media. Like,
it can be. If you're not in the right mentality to do it, yeah, then it's just like, it is hard. But I mean, it's just how you're thinking about it at the end of the day, and that just goes for anything.
Do you think it's better to release like long form albums, or do you think that like single by single is kind of the way that the music industry is moving?
Man, I feel like it depends. I feel like, especially for artists like me as an independent artist, we should just be putting out as much music as possible, especially even on a weekly basis, single by single, and then maybe hit them with a project. But like, sometimes it just gets overwhelming, especially when you don't got like a solid team around you. You can be like holding on to so much music, and like you should have been putting out music, but you're just holding it. You might be waiting on like some cover art that you got to get done or something. Or like, so if you have like someone dedicated to your cover arts, you can start cranking them out. And it's like, but I've been doing a lot of research on it too, like week by week, like could really just build momentum each week. If you're putting out good music every single week, like what fan is not going to like that? So, but then I feel like I've always loved being the type of person that loves projects and listening to a project front to back, because it's like a whole experience. So I like to put out projects, but I feel like the more music, the better, whether you're releasing it week by week or releasing a project every few months, or you could release a project once a month. Like Papoose, he's a dope artist. He fucking, for a whole year straight, he releases a project every month. Like Currency, bro, he's got so much fucking projects.
do you think you would get more like, I don't know, like notoriety, more attention if you released like a song every week rather than like having a project?
Yeah, I feel like at the end of the day, if you're releasing a song a week, that's a good way to build momentum. But even at this point, it comes down to even marketing. Like, if you were just drop a song a week and then just like don't tell anybody about it, then you can't really expect it to do too much unless it's like really, really fire and the word of mouth is crazy. But if you like say you drop a song a week, you're gonna want to be promoting it for one, to build it up, and then drop the next one. You'd be leading into the next one, and then you build a fucking big ass avalanche snowball effect and keep going. But if I was like just putting out a song a week and like not really promoting them as I should, then
It seems lazy. Is that what you're trying to say?
yeah, it is lazy, and it's like it's lazy, and it's like at that point, if you're gonna be doing a song a week, I feel like you want to make sure you're promoting them heavily, because like you want the song to get the recognition it deserves.
Right.
Especially you put your heart in that shit, and yeah, you want people to hear your music. At the end of the day, if you're putting on music, you want to. It's for them. It's for you. It's therapeutic for you to get it out, but like you got to give it to the world at the end of the day. Yeah.
So we mentioned earlier that you opened up for Waka Flocka Flame.
Yeah.
And, that's pretty awesome, man. That's a big name.
Yeah, that shit was fire.
How was that?
It was dope. It was cool. The Piazza is a great venue, like big ass stage.
What's the capacity of that venue? Do you know?
Man, at least 1,000, like probably more than 1,000.
Were you the only opener?
No, there was a handful of other ones,
Okay.
but I was like 2 people before Waka. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Did you meet his sign language interpreter?
Nah, I didn't even see one.
Because his sign language interpreters are the star of the show.
I bet
sometimes,
they
'cause
get
they
so
get into it.
Literally, it's crazy. I love seeing that shit. I wish he didn't have one.
You never seen that, Max?
What they get into?
Yeah, they
Dude.
like they dude. I gotta pull up a video. Hold
They're
on.
fucking like, they're like rapping with their hands.
I gotta see this. We're pulling up a video.
Those sign language interpreters are nutty, like ridiculously awesome. I love that shit.
How did you get that show, Dre?
Okay, so I know the promoter of the venue, Bobby Afterlife. He hooks me up. He actually, first time I met him was back in the day, probably like 2019, I think, or some shit, or 2018 when I opened up for Ja Rule.
Oh wow.
Which fucking Eric helped me get that show.
Yeah.
Eric and Cassandra, bro, they helped me get that shit. But Bobby was a promoter there, but he's the current promoter of the Piazza and the town in Aurora. They're both in Aurora. But man, Bobby hooked me up with a bunch of like a few shows since that Ja Rule. And the Waka was the latest one, but then we did Bone Thugs and Harmony like a couple months ago in September, and then Cottonmouth Kings in January. Yeah, bro. Yeah, that one was bigger than the Waka show, bro.
Well, yeah.
That shit was crazy.
Can you do you think you can rap every like lyric that one of Bone Thugs, like Bone Thugs is so hard to like you know like to like listen to their rap and like try to
I know, right? Like
you know what I
hear
mean?
what they're saying, like
Yeah.
the whole time. Yeah.
It's like
Yeah, exactly. We have that one.
Let me see this. Hold on.
Now, have you seen this? He Waka Flocka doesn't realize that it's that it's sign language. He thinks she's check it out.
Just going crazy.
Check it out.
Oh damn. Oh snap.
And he gets down. He goes down with her.
Yo, he's raw as hell.
He's like, let's go.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
They really do get into it, huh?
No, he's dope, man. He hypes up everybody. He was
Did you end up meeting him, or was it kind of just like a bypass thing?
briefly. I was able to give him a sticker, like through while he was in his car, through the window.
That's
So I didn't get
awesome.
to like talk to him.
Well, I mean, it's cool you got to open up for him and Bone
Yeah.
Thugs.
Yeah, and Bone Thugs, bro.
You're doing the right thing, man.
Yeah, I've opened up for like decent amount of people, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna start naming some off, like Bone Thugs, Waka Flocka, Dave East, the Wailers, the original Wailers, like Bob Marley and the Wailers. Obviously, rest in peace, Bob Marley. But it was only one of the original members was still like alive, but he was there. Al Anderson. Yeah, so the Wailers, fucking Token, Ja Rule, G Herbo. I've opened up for
You open up for G Herbo.
yeah, like 2 or 3 times. 1, 2.
Did he change the name? It's like Lil Herb now.
Nah, still G Herbo. I just saw him the other day.
I
Actually,
know it was Lil Herb, right? Then he changed it to G Herbo.
man,
Wait, you just saw him the other day?
yeah, he performed the other day. I didn't like talk to him, but
Oh, I thought you
We kicked it the other day, yeah,
we
fuck it.
just kicked it the other day. I'm like, wait, what?
I know, right? Nah, we should be. That's how I want to be talking.
Yeah, it says G Herbo's old name was Lil Herb. He made a song called fuck man. This song was so good.
Really?
It was like kill shit. You know that song, Kill Shit?
Man, probably, maybe. Honestly, I don't know.
I'm not gonna. I can't play it because of you know
Copyright.
Copyright. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, what do you recommend to young artists out there that are struggling?
Man, study as much as you can. Understand like the game and shit. Like, man, get your paperwork right, and like knowing that this shit is a business and like you're an artist. But this is at the industry. At the end of the day, it is a business. Like the music industry is like a fucking business. So
Yeah.
understanding that and like gaining knowledge on like what it means to be an independent artist versus like signed to a label and like understanding record labels and like contracts and shit and like know like how to negotiate contracts for when they come and like not just being like so ready to sign shit,
Right.
not and like signing your life away, and, like just like gaining leverage and knowing that you have all the power as an independent artist. Like if you put line all your shit up in order and like you capitalize on your social media, like there's no reason why we shouldn't be making like being able to easily support our dreams and shit.
I was telling Murfee, like these guys want him to wear his clothes and like they're only paying him like $50 a show or whatever. And I'm like, dude, fuck that. You know your worth. Know your worth. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I told him. And I
Facts.
was like, next time you say 150 and they say fuck it and say thanks for the free clothes, I'm not wearing it.
Yeah,
Dude,
Yeah.
know your worth.
for sure. Yeah,
You know, and when you said like being an independent artist and signing to a record label, like what's the difference?
man. So a record label can, depending on the context they have and shit, they can do a lot for you and shit. But they might want to limit your creative freedom for some reason. They might want to put you on a certain release schedule, or you might not have as much creative freedom as you want, but they might have the contacts and connections. But at the end of the day, they might be robbing you of like hella money. Like, even though they're putting your shit out there, they're making so much more money than you a lot of the time. Even though you're the one with the art, like you're the vital key to the fucking puzzle. Like they can't even exist without you. Like their record labels, you are the main piece of the puzzle. But a lot of artists get fucked over in their record deals.
The agents always fuck over the artists, right? Because they're like, hey, like we're gonna sign you for like $5 million. I made it, right? Okay, I made it. Now you're signed for $5 million at Universal, but now they say, hey, you can't rap about this, and you can't rap about that, or you can't write about this.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You also got to pay all of it back, because in advance we'll be like, yeah, we'll give you $5 million for this, but you have to pay it all back before you can make any money.
Exactly. They'll be like, we're taking, like, of all the total revenue coming in, we're gonna split it like hypothetically 70-30 or whatever, just hypothetically.
Really?
They might get 70% and you get 30%, and then they're gonna take from that $5 million. They're gonna take it from your 30% and then give you the rest.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, I did not know that. I thought they just like give you the money.
Oh
like,
no, yeah, you gotta pay that back.
It's because they got like chains and stuff. Do you think the agencies are like giving them the chains?
Probably sometimes, yeah, it depends. But a lot of artists will get their advance and they'll blow it on a chain or like a car or some shit, and then it's not really doing anything from it. But they could have bought a crib and built a studio in it.
Yeah.
Because if the record label was paying for studio time, you got to pay that back too. They're paying for video shoots. You're paying for that shit.
So you're paying for the video shoots, not the record label.
Pretty sure, yeah.
So
most of the time, or like a lot of the time.
Let's make this like short and sweet. But Drake has OVO, right? But he signed to Universal, correct?
Something like that. He's talking about going independent right now or some shit, and not having a label.
Because they own you, and they own a lot of the clauses would be like they'll own your intellectual property.
Yep. If they own your masters, that's fucked, bro. Because you made that art, and that's just yours. It should be yours. Like at the end of the day, I mean, you want that. That's your intellectual property.
Do you think that labels are like becoming obsolete with the rise of social media? Do you think that like the pros outweigh the cons, or vice versa? I'm
like going through that struggle right now, like so hard, like debating, like would I even want to sign to a label if they're not like. For one, if they don't know your true worth, like you got to know your worth and like see where it's all ultimately like where you see yourself, and like, cause with social media, if you know what the fuck you're doing, you could be making 100K, like way more money in your own pocket, and you're not having to deal with any middleman labels, and you can fucking move, travel, do whatever the fuck you want, release music on your own schedule. If you know what you're doing and like you have a loyal fan base, then you really don't need a record label. You are the record label. You start your own record label.
If you search like a one-hit wonder that signed to a record label and lost all his money.
There's actually a few, like during the rise of Eminem, there was a couple other white rappers that signed to labels, and they just like held on to other music and they never released it because they didn't want to compete with Eminem. Damn. I'll have to look that up. I forget his name.
No. I'm talking about like now, like the SoundCloud rappers. Like search like a one-hit wonder SoundCloud rapper and like see like if they just like literally like it was a one-hit wonder and they lost all their money because they spent it on a chain. You know what
Island Boy. No, I'm sorry.
All right.
Like, is that
I'm thinking like Lil Xan or some shit.
Lil Xan. Well, what's the other one? Like Lil Pump. Is he still good?
Man, I don't even fucking know, bro.
I'm just like kind of curious now, like how bad they take advantage of you.
Man, they can really take advantage. Not saying all regular labels do take advantage of you, like or not. Like I feel like record labels can be super beneficial, especially if your guys are going into a partnership. Like for sure, like I feel like at the end of the day, they shouldn't be trying to own your masters and.
Well, because then you just become a work for hire. Like, they're just going to hire you to record the music, and then they pay you a lump sum. So they get all this profit, but you just get paid, whatever. Here, we're going to give you, $500K, and we made, $7 million on your record, but you only made, yeah.
Exactly. That does happen a lot.
Did NWA go through that?
Yeah, something like that.
They
We're getting fucked by the
They were
label.
getting fucked by the manager, and then Ice Cube went independent, right?
And then Dr. Dre branched off.
Yeah, then Dr. Dre branched off. I was just wondering, like, cause like, for all like the listeners out there that are like aspiring to be artists, like, don't fall victim to these record labels. Make sure you do your research. Make sure you pay the money for a lawyer to like look over your stuff. Make sure it's a good lawyer too, because we want to make sure you're doing good and that you like can actually, persevere and make a living off of what you're doing, just like Dre. Like we don't know all the boilerplate like paperwork that's going on in record labels. Just make sure you do your homework. That's what I would say. 100%.
Definitely.
So we have a friend Eric, and he said he's been in writer's block since like 2020. So how do you think you get out of writer's block?
Either step away for a second and get some inspiration, or you freaking start writing and you freaking just go. Just write whatever fuck. I don't care. You might write the shittiest 16 of your life, but just write something.
But what if like that writing, like even if you're in writer's block and you start writing and it's shitty, it makes you feel worse? Do you think?
Sometimes you might think it's, you get real self-conscious at first in the beginning. You're like, damn, this is shitty, this is trash, whatever. Like first couple bars, but you might just have to see where it goes. You might just be a little self-conscious. Who knows? Like, but I feel like if you get over, like there's a famous saying that says, if you want the energy, do the thing.
Okay.
Just do it. Like wasn't like you say, just do it.
Do you see yourself branching out to different genres of music? Like, Post Malone, like, us went from rap to country, and Shabuzi, I think he was only country, but, like, do you see yourself, like, going from, like, rap to, like a rap, like, to, like, a hip-hop country, or to, like, a hip-hop reggae?
Man, yeah, for sure. I wouldn't want to limit myself creatively in any way, but I feel like hip hop is just like the root of all the shit that I do. So I mean, as an MC, I mean, I know I'm a versatile as an artist, and I've rhymed over plenty of like rock bands.
I mean, Costa Rica is like,
yeah, that too, exactly.
That's like a Spanish song, kind of.
Yeah, exactly. I would drop a whole project like that, or like a whole what's on some reggae shit. I would drop a project like that.
Yeah. So you're an artist, you're not a rapper.
Yeah, no, I'm an MC. I'm an artist and an MC.
What does MC stand for?
Rap is something you do. Hip hop is something you live. Like hip hop, rap is just an element of hip hop. Like MC. Like what is an MC? You said?
Yeah. What does it stand for?
Master of ceremonies, I guess. But
damn, you got it right on. I thought I was music creator.
Nah. Yeah.
That's
so
a good guess.
yeah, master of ceremonies. But in like true hip hop, you spell it like EMCEE.
Yeah.
MC.
Otherwise, it's a Catholic thing.
Yeah. Really. Yeah. I don't even know. It's like, cause like anyone could be an MC. Like hosting a show is like, that's technically like the MC. They call that someone who's hosting. You might not even be making music or like rapping or anything, but so like Ryan Seacrest, he's like the MC of like fucking
New Year's Rockin' Eve
type shit. Exactly. So yeah, so
I'm like the MC of like podcasts. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, damn it. Yeah,
you are the like MC of Life to the Max podcast. We'll give you that one.
Facts. Yeah. Exactly.
What was the proudest moment in your life?
The proudest moment in my life. I know that's a tough question. Like not even like of the music, like just in general, anything.
In general, the proudest moment in your life, bro. He's really thinking. He's
Man, I mean, I feel like I've done, like, I felt proud about a lot of things, I guess, like opening up for different artists, this and that, getting to places. I guess when having my music being recognized, that's definitely, and like being perceived and like accepting, like people like really being like, damn, knowing all my hard work paid off and shit, and that I actually have honed my skills to be a solid, like a great artist. I feel like that makes me proud for sure.
When did you feel that the first time?
Man, I want to say like probably like 2019 or something, like just
Really?
getting some real recognition and be like, actually, man, honestly, it even might even go back to further than that, and like me really just writing my first rhyme and like showing my homies and they're being like, yo, that shit is dope, and like getting like that recognition and like seeing like, damn, I can do this. And I knew I could, and I'm finna doing it.
Were you ever nervous to show people your music?
Yeah, for sure. That's why it took me so long to put my music out, because I was like, there was times where I'm like, I just want to freestyle so bad right now in front of these people, but I didn't because I was scared, or I was just scared of myself out there. I remember specifically, me and Cassandra and like went to this house party one time in the backyard, and like actually, like me, it was like we're on the way to the party, and it was me, Cassandra, and like 3 of her friends like cruising to the party, and like some shit. I just wanted to freestyle so bad that like a beat came out or something. And I'm like, I wanted to freestyle so bad, and then I fucking didn't, and I was like, fuck, missed opportunity. And then we get to this party in the backyard. There's these 2 dudes rapping and shit, and they're like going back and forth freestyle, and I'm like, I wanted so bad just to hop in that bitch, and I fucking didn't. And I remember going back home to Cassandra's crib actually that night, and just like she's passed out, and I'm just like laying there like thinking to myself, like I was like legit like pissed at myself, and I'm like, I will not let that shit happen again. Like that was like one of the moments where I'm like, it was like a defining moment, because it's like you gonna take this shit seriously or not? Like, bro, like what you so scared to put yourself out there for? And it's like you gotta jump off the ledge if you want to fly. Fuck.
And now you're performing in venues with like 1,000+ people.
Yeah.
How does that feel? I think you jumped off that cliff.
Man, exactly. We sure did. We jumped, baby. We're flying. Sometimes it gets a little turbulent and like it's some rough winds and shit, but you gotta keep flying, like, and realize that, damn, you are flying, and you gotta have faith in yourself always. Like sometimes, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I get insecure and shit, and I think it's just like me, like I want to say probably with social media sometimes, like, because I want to be on social media like just inspiring people, like I know that I can, and like I'm like, why the fuck not? And like but sometimes, yeah, I guess I just get in my own insecurity and shit, and like, but it's like gaining confidence in yourself. You gotta have faith in yourself. You gotta be able to see yourself where you want to be, and like you gotta do this shit for somebody. You gotta think of someone beside yourself, and like think of who you can help, and like realize that you could help somebody get over something. Maybe they need to just, you need to be inspired by it. Just go inspire somebody else, or that might help you get over the hump.
I mean, dude, I learned a lot throughout this interview. I learned that, your childhood wasn't so great, but you made it great. Like, luckily you had good people around you. You didn't fall in the same category as your parents, and now your parents are like doing a lot better now, right?
Yeah.
Like so. Shout out to your mom again with the 16-year anniversary.
Yep.
And we learned a lot about the music industry. And this podcast is about facing adversity and persevering. And I say that every episode because, for me, it's the same thing. Like, I have to face, like, life every single day. Like, and all I can do is move my neck. But I got Dolce Gabbana fucking glasses.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
Douchebag and Gabbana.
Yeah, motherfuckers. And that's a fresh ass hat you got on.
Yeah, I got Double Ontendre hat. You can get that on Shopify.
Yeah, Shopify.
Shopify, you can get that. Yeah, go and support the dude, man. He's like, I recommend listening to Liquid Love, get back up again. Freaking Costa Rica, all the songs are like great, like classic songs.
Appreciate that.
And we got donations coming out hopefully soon, right?
Yeah. Yep. At the end, man, December 27th. Fuck it. No, we gotta do it.
You gotta do it.
Gotta do it. You have to
Gotta
jump off that cliff.
Straight up.
This is gonna be out in 2 weeks, bro. This is gonna be out in 2 weeks.
It's gonna be out in 2 weeks. All right, December 27th. Donations. Look for that shit. Be ready.
Let's go.
Yeah, exactly.
So, dude, it was good talking to you. I love that we still are good friends. I can FaceTime you. You'll answer.
Hell yeah, bro.
Hopefully when you're famous as hell, and I'm still trying to get up there, you still answer the call.
Oh, fuck yeah, bro. Come on. I'm be coming back on the podcast. What you talking about? Once you get up there, bro, I'll be back.
If I get famous, I'm taking you and Murfee with me. If you get famous, you do what you gotta do.
Yeah. No, you definitely coming, bro. I'm calling your ass. No, we making it happen. Whatever we gotta do, bro. We're all making it.
So, where can they find you, man? Look into that camera right there.
Man, bro. So I go by Double Ontendre. That's Double Ontendre. That's how you spell it. ONTENDRE. You can find me on all platforms. Go check out my website. It's doubleentendre.com. Doubleentendre.com. And yeah, man, just vibe out with my music. I hope it inspires you to be a better version of yourself. And just
to live life to the max.
Amen.
Maybe.
Live life to the max. Follow your dreams.
Are you living
Follow
life to the max, do you think?
Every day getting better and better. So.
Better and better? Yeah. And for everybody watching, if you like this episode, like, comment, and subscribe. We have a YouTube channel. It's on Life to the Max podcast. And I enjoy reading every comment, whether it is mean or it is nice, And
I prefer the nice ones.
I
That's just me.
prefer the nice ones, but
spread love, not hate.
Yeah,
Encouragement.
I'm loving the notoriety we're getting on the YouTube channel. So again, that's Life to the Max podcast. Subscribe, like, go ahead and follow Dre. His music's amazing, and I'm paralyzed from the neck down, breathing through a machine. But that doesn't stop me from following my dreams and doing what I love to do. I don't got an excuse. Neither should you. I'll see you guys in the next one.
Noisy.
Yo, who wanna dance? You can get served when I let off a verse. I'm ready to burst, no gun in my pants. Been on the search, more money to splurge. Put some in your purse, gon' run up the bands. Take them to church and I'm headed to church. No, can't go to sleep while they on the sands.
I'm here to serve humanity and God, using the words he handed me the job, and the purpose of my life is to help the family globally. And it seems odd to cause calamity, but hopefully destruction of falsehood in reality is beneficial. I see solutions instead of issues. Revolutionists to use the tools of love instead of pistols. That dude could use a hug and probably use a set of tissues in the club, popping bottles while there's people dropping missiles. Hella complicated, kinda hard to see solutions. Instead of concentrated, all the people sees illusions. Mega populated, all it seems to be is confusion, acting like we're not related. All we need to be some humans. The people have all of the power because we equal, deceitful. The powers that be that feed the evils is lethal, but knowledge of self would be the key. So it's vital for survival. We just need to keep it peaceful.